You know, at this point, I don't know if I would rather watch a 2-hour episode of SmackDown or watch paint dry. I genuinely, like, I genuinely don't know what I would watch at this point, and that is kind of sad to say. I haven't made a video in kind of a hot minute because I genuinely, there's just, there's nothing really to make a video on right now. Wrestling is just kind of in that phase right now of, yeah, there's some good shows, but nothing like crazy enough where I should make a video on it, unless I try to do show weekly recaps, but I ain't trying to do all that, man. But recently I've just been like, just in general with all wrestling, just in a wrestling slump because, you know, there's just so much going on and, you know, a lot of it's not the greatest. I mean, the one thing I enjoyed a lot is the El Grande Americano feud and that whole match, dude. I don't know if that match is ever going to be top this year. That was just an instant class, and that's my first ever time watching that company, so you know that match had to be really good if just one match alone hooked me into this whole product. So yeah, I think I'm going to be tuning into their weekly shows now. If you know that, if that's the quality they're going to give, you know, I think yeah, I think I'm staying for a while. But why are we here talking about positive? We're here to spread negativity. What the hell am I doing talking about all this cringy, corny positive talk? What the hell? Who do you think I am? A lame dude? No, I'm a cool guy, and I speak negativity because I think that's what cool people do. I think that's what I've picked up on. But no, in all honesty, it's just, this video is strictly about the WWE, and the title of this video is I hate that I hate WWE, and in my soul, it pains me to even say that, because this is something that I have grew up on. No, I've grown up. Dude, my southern freaking like vocabulary is coming out and I hate it. This product is what I have grown up on, and it pains me right now to say that it's not my favorite product on the market. I'm really glad there's other products on the market, but this is the thing I grew up with, and you know, the thing I grew up with, I always wanted it to be really good. And you know, I see some people out there speaking on this product like they want it to die, or they're laughing at like that it's bad. And like, I mean, I can understand that you laughing at a corporate entity like TKO and, you know, wishing on something like that and their downfall, but the WWE product as a whole, I don't see how you would want to wish downfall on the product as a whole, because we all grew up with this. If it's one thing, WWE probably made you a wrestling fan, or if you're WCW, we're going back to Stone Ages mentioning that. I'm not mentioning that. That was like 1800s. That was like, I will laugh at this company when they do something bad, but it's not like oh my goodness, I can't wait for this company to die sort of thing. It's like oh, I'm laughing at this because this is like unbearably like bare minimum of what this company can do, and what they're just kind of shove it in our face sometimes, like, oh yeah, well, we're gonna deliver this product to you guys and you're still gonna watch, which, you know, people still do, even though people more recently have been tuning out. And I've seen a trend recently of people, especially with Double or Nothing 2025 and the show after that, people strictly WWE only people switching and watching that product instead, and they have it has been overwhelmingly positive with the reception that has received, and I'm glad to see that, because it means there's something out there for these people that they can maybe stick their teeth into now and enjoy, rather than suffering through the weekly products of WWE and their bad to mid to sometimes WWE still delivers great pay-per-views, but that's a very rare occasion now. I thought Backlash was a upper mid to maybe good pay-per-view, but it was so just out of left field that people just called it great, because you know it's one of the only pay-per-views in a while that WWE has actually delivered on. So it was just kind of weird. Like, they put themselves in a situation where if they do something that's the upper mid tier, people are going to consider it really good, because the expectations right now are at a bare minimum. So it's genuinely shocking to see something that's in the like upper mid, like almost good, but like not. There's still problems here. What we saw was pretty good, so like we're just gonna call it amazing. And yeah, if you actually thought it was amazing, that's your opinion. I mean, I thought it was all right. After watching AEW pay-per-views, bro, I can't look at any pay-per-view the same, man. Holy crap, especially 2025 Double or Nothing. Oh my goodness, that has really inflated my desires for pay-per-views, bro. I'm going off on random things. I need to stay on topic. What am I doing? Yeah, let's lock in here. But what I'm getting at is the WWE is like it's just at a point where, at least for me, the weekly shows are absolutely just unwatchable. The biggest reason for me is not the on-screen product, but half of it is, I mean, like there's good things going on, I guess, like I think they're handling Danhausen very well. My good, that's been a home run for them. Other than Danhausen, I mean, I guess they're like reviving the Bloodline storyline. I don't know how in the end that's gonna be remembered. I guess we're just gonna have to ride this out, but you know, it kind of feels like in the moment kind of a desperation call, because they don't really have anything else for Roman Reigns and the rest of the people involved, so they kind of just shoved them into this. Okay, we're going back 2 years and we're doing this Bloodline thing again to see if we can, you know, catch what the hell, fire in a bottle? That's not it. I don't remember what the phrase was called. Somebody will remember, but I don't. But you know, you're kind of trying to turn the clock back to what worked, and you can't really blame them. I mean, if it worked 2 years ago, they're gonna, you know, might as well try again. If you have nothing, at least they're trying to do something here and try to create something engaging. But my main problem, why I just hate is a strong word, and I think it has come to a point where I absolutely hate it. And I'm gonna say right now, no, that does not mean I hate the people on screen and actually hate these people for some odd no, I don't hate the characters. I mean, I don't like some of the characters, but like what I'm trying to say, I don't hate the people behind the characters. I could have said that a long time ago. That this sentence could have been a lot shorter. Holy, what I am saying is, you know, there's just not many really engaging characters, at least in my opinion. Someone like I really like Sol Ruka. Dude, she reminds me of like a 2000s women's wrestler, but just like, you know, with a modified modern move set and things like that. I really like her. They've done a good job with her. I think they've had a couple, you know, here and there they do a good job with someone, but like 99% of the roster, it's like, okay, you're just like, we don't know what to do with you. Here's a random 6-man tag team match you can compete in, and it's really frustrating to see. But that's not my main problem with what's going on here, surprisingly. It's just especially the weekly shows, it's just filled to the brim with commercials and advertisements, to the point where I think it makes it a disservice to themselves to put on a really good weekly show, because the pacing has to be just fixed and just not organic whatsoever. Like every 5 minutes there's an ad break, dude. Like, how are you going to build anything out remotely like good out of that whatsoever when you have 5 minutes of wrestling, 5 minutes of ads, and it's like the pacing of the show is like the same every single week. The pacing is always going to be the same, because you have this not organic type of way of building the show where you have to hit your ad breaks, and they're doing a really aggressive way of shoving ads in people's faces, and it makes the show unwatchable for me. And I think I struggle with that more than most people, because I don't see as many people mentioning that as I thought. For me, it's just like, I don't like advertisements just really anger me, bro. Like, how are you going to offer me a product, but most of what you're offering me is either ad breaks or like Michael Cole telling me to get my Slim Jims right now before they run out. Ain't no one taking those off the shelf, bud. Let's be honest, they ain't running out anytime soon. It's just something like, I guess over time people have just come to accept the fact that this is, bro, why did I do this? I have no hair whatsoever. I'm not Dolph Ziggler. I think most people have just come to terms with the fact this is going to be the weekly shows moving forward, and it's not going to change. It might even get worse, but I'm kind of in the boat of, I'm just not really accepting that whatsoever, because the product I saw even a couple years ago was so much better because you didn't have things like advertisements. I know there's a lot more problems with things like storytelling and pacing of the show, which does contribute with advertisement, and character development, things like that I know are critical to the show as well and do affect the show in a negative way. But for me, the one thing I just can't get past, man, is the advertising. I watched Monday Night Raw I think it was last week, Braun Breaker versus Seth Rollins in the main event. A pretty good main event actually, but you know what would make that main event a lot better is if there weren't freaking commercial breaks every 5 minutes, and I could actually, like, I can take my time and invest in the match. But every time it seemed like I was investing myself in the match, they cut to an ad break, man, and it's so frustrating, man, because we used to have, you know, wrestling shows where it was like you could seek your teeth, and I don't know why I keep using that phrase, man. I need to stop. I need to come up with something else. You can invest, there's another word. You can invest into something like a main event, like 2011 or 2012 John Cena versus CM Punk in the main event. You can invest in that main event, and there'd be like 1 to 2 ad breaks in the match, and it was actually like a quality 15 to 20 minute match, and it was really good, and it set something up for next week, or maybe it even concluded on that episode of Raw, and it was just really cool to see, and it made me want to tune into the next week's show. But now I watch Monday Night Raw, and it's like, okay, yeah, I realize now why I don't watch Monday Night Raw anymore. I realize now why I don't watch Friday Night SmackDown anymore. This show doesn't give me any time to invest into anything when every couple minutes it's just a freaking ad break or an ad segment that Michael Cole is trying to push to me. And my goodness, like, what, like, is it really that important? It's just that important to TKO to, you know, get their bag, because I just can't accept that. In my heart, I just can't accept that this is the product that is shown to us today. Even with the YouTube highlights, people in the comments say if you don't have an ad blocker, it just adds every couple minutes. Like, you can't even get through the 11-minute YouTube highlights of the shows without being bombarded with ads. Like, how are you realistically supposed to watch this and support what's going on television if half of the show is advertisement shoved in your face? I just can't get behind that. I don't know if I'm in the wrong. There's no way I'm in the wrong here. I mean, it's just my opinion, but it's just something that I feel like a lot more people have accepted, and I'm just kind of left in the boat of like, okay, I'm just not gonna watch anymore. This is how they're gonna treat me while I'm watching the show. No, bro, I'm not taking this, man. But yeah, this is just something I wanted to talk about and, you know, get off my chest. I don't know if a lot of you feel the same way, or if I'm just in this boat alone with the whole advertisements thing. You know, I just like in the title, I hate this product. I'm not trying to sit here and, you know, flex the fact that I hate it and I'm cool and everything that I hate it. That's just odd, and I never understood that philosophy. I hate that I hate it, and I want to love it, but I can't. The way the shows are paced right now, that's like the core thing for me. Like, I understand there's more problems, but until they get that thing fixed right there, I just don't know how I'm going to invest into the weekly shows anymore, man. Like, I'm still gonna watch the pay-per-views and stuff. I ain't gonna say what I was gonna say, but let me say, there's a way I watch where I'm not paying. Well, I just said it right there. I just said I wouldn't say, but I just said it. I don't know why I said it. Huh? But yeah, tell me in the comments if you guys feel the exact same way, or if I'm just going insane. I'm a little lightheaded. I might be going a little crazy. interesting. And also in the comments tell me what other videos that I can make as well, or what other topics you guys want me to talk about that you might be interested in as well, if anything at all. But yeah guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video. God bless, and I'm out.